just to hear that steel come down the track.
The position of a railway postal clerk was intimidating. Applicants were faced with learning thousands of town names and railway lines. For those who persisted and overcame the trepidations of the job, had security, retirement benefits, and a series of days off in between work to look forward to.
When I accepted the job, I went to Chicago, and that first day, they took about 15 of us into a room, and they were explaining what we were supposed to learn. And when that guy told us about, you're going to have to learn maybe 5,000, where 5,000 towns and cities are. I thought, that doesn't sound too good to me. But there was only one person. He got up and he said, I don't think I can do this. I'm going back home. And I wasn't too sure about it myself, but I'm glad I stuck with it.
Examination come up for the railway mail service. First time it had been given since 1936. And I looked into it and decided that'd be the place to go. You're sure of retirement and you're sure of a job.
It was probably one of those things that you're glad you did it because for the experience and everything else. In my career, I actually worked in 18 different post offices throughout the state of Illinois before I retired after 41 years. So yes, it was interesting. And my father was a rural carrier for 35 years. And I had a grandfather that was a detective on the old Pennsylvania Railroad from Indianapolis to St. Louis, so he had a lot of stories that he could tell me about the railroad.
It looked like it was a good job because they worked so many days on and so many days off. That was the best part of it. A schedule I had on the Shigill in St. Louis was 2-3, 2-3, 2-9, so I worked 6 days out of 21.
When I was a youngster, I used to visit my aunt in Carbondale, Illinois. And it seemed like every time I was there, the guy next door was sitting in his swing out on the porch. I asked her, I says, doesn't that fellow work? Oh yeah, he's got a good job. He works at Railway Mail Service. Says he works so many days and he's off so many days. Well, those off days really were attractive to me, even as a youngster. But it was about 15 years later before I had the opportunity to do that.
Had awful good benefits. You'd work 6 days on, 8 days off, but you got your sick leave and you got your vacation. So you had a lot of time off. So that's probably the best part of it. The pay wasn't all that great, but you can live on it.
Life was good, especially on the days off. The last 5 years, I worked 4 days on, 2 days off, 6 days on, and 9 days off. That was the best one.
The pride clerks took in their jobs was great. Not only was it enjoyable, but the sense of satisfaction in moving the mail all across the nation was tremendous. In addition to a steady income, clerks reaped more than just a paycheck from their busy line of work. The experiences they had helped shape many of their life values.
I think there was a lot of pride in the job too, because you were really accomplishing something. You could see something you had finished at the end of every day. Something was completed.
I think everybody likes to receive mail. Like to get the mail there on time if possible. And it was just a sense of pride to think that you did a good job and that the whole crew did a good job. And I just enjoyed that good feeling.
Well, I think the main thing was getting the mail delivered quickly.
You were always proud at the end of the day that you had completed what they put before you to do and realized that you had moved the mail faster than it could move any other way.
It was a good job, real good job. And I would not have retired at 55 if the mail trains would have been on, I'll tell you that.
I loved it. Never had a job I liked as well. Never had a mail service that was as good as that was. It really wasn't.
The job was a good job. You always had an income. always didn't pay the greatest, but you always had a check, because I had friends that worked in the coal mines and stuff, and they'd be laid off, or car factories, and at least I was working all the time and made a good living at it.
I'd say it was an experience that I'll probably never forget. It was a learning experience. You got to get, like I said, it taught you a lot about getting along with people and what your values are in your life, and you know, that's what you can do for other people.
Just to hear that steel come down the track, it got me wondering where my next meal might be at. I spend my days at the stations close to a bomb